Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Good to be back on a Monday. If you missed this past weekend, I'm going to gather some resources here. We covered a good bit. We actually tore down the old forge room and rebuilt it. So I encourage you to go back and check out the replay if you're interested in that. Friday's replay would have been us redoing that old forge room. And it's not complete yet. Still have a lot of work to go on it. But we did get it started. And I'll take you over there in just a moment and show you what that looks like. But right now, let's make some logs for fuel. How many can we make here? We don't need that many. Let's make 250. I'm going to take just a handful, throw in the forge in both of the cement forges. I need to sort away some of this stuff. Made a few trader runs yesterday and put down a lot of concrete. I'm excited to show you what we've done there. Let's get over here. And at least for now, we're going to keep these two forges in place. Make this cement. I'm going to take this cement, put it in there. Same thing here. Well, actually, no. We got rid of all of this. Okay, so this forge is ready to go. This forge is ready to pick up. So we need sand. Let's take 1 stack of that. And let's take stone. 2 stacks of that. Concrete mix. Boom. How much more do we have? We have a decent amount. So I have enough for a stack and a half of sand. So there's 1 stack. 2 stacks. Oh man, and the game's getting hungry. And let's grab 1 more stack of sand. And 1 more stack of stone. For this one, and take the concrete out of it, the mix. Boom. Nice. All right. Well, that's going to get us. That's going to get us a decent amount of concrete. I should be able to finish at least the most important task. All right, let's put the engine away before I eat. Oh man, and the game is not happy with me right now. Whoa! Clicked on the wrong chest. There we go. And I can put that forge over where it should be as well. Let's see what else I have. I need to drop my money off. Need to do that. And I have a metal pipe corner, so we could fix that up today as well. You know what? I goofed up over here. This is the actual forge. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Let's do that. And let's clear this one out. This forge is actually the one that we want to keep. So let's get it filled up with stone. And get her fired up. Alright, it's going to attract some screamers. Put the remaining stone in there. Do a sort. See what I have. I'm going to stick the wood back in here. And building. We'll stick that in building. And bullets. We bought a few bullets from the trader. And I need to label this chest, so I'll have to guess which one it's in. We're still looking for that grip. Now, once we get a grip, then we'll have the dirty, hairy gun we need to finish zombies off when we're done with each horde. I don't know how many concrete or how many rebar frames we went through this past weekend, but a lot. Ooh, I need to eat before I go over here and show you this real quick. Take a bite of my tasty meat stew. Get some goldenrod tea. Need to make some more meat stew. Where are my potatoes? Think I'm almost out of potatoes. Now we have a little patch over there planted, so we're going to have to go harvest those soon and replant them. We might actually utilize the garden in the tree farm to mass produce potatoes. Okay, no. Here we go. So I do have 266. Why don't we, right now, before I leave, make sure I have a cooking pot in the fire, because I don't think I do. let's click on here. I need to get a stack of meat. Put my cooking pot in there and a little bit of fuel. You know, I don't know why I'm doing that. We're going to use frames. We're going to use frames for that. I have frames in my inventory. I've been using the rebar frames so much lately, I forget that I still carry around those frames. All right, 10. Put this back away. That sounds like a wandering horde. No, no wandering horde. Well, let me go over here. If you missed it, like I said, you can go back, kind of skip through it, do what you want to do, but you can watch it. Here was the old forge room. Look at it now. We did a lot of thinking and planning about. Someone suggested I do a spiral staircase going up here, going around the glass to attach to that catwalk to go to the center building. And I need to get on here and maybe look at this for a few more minutes at some point and figure out how we're going to do that. But we finished out the hallway over here. Still don't have the lights down. And over here is where our mini bike entrance is going to be. So also, let me build my way up here. And I can show you what else we got done. And this is going to make all the difference in the world with the way that this looks. All of that concrete work, actually some of it's still wet. Some of it's still wet. And I have a problem spot over here where this will not dry. No matter what I do, it won't dry. But we finished out all the concrete all the way across, back around to over here. And I think I'm going to have to extend it out about another 10 blocks that way because the mini bike entrance is going to go there. I want the whole thing sitting on a solid foundation. We did have another problem spot over there where I placed a rebar frame and it just fell through the earth. But attached to all the rest, it stayed in place. But that's what it's looking like now. I'll do this off recording over here. Shouldn't take me but about 40 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes to finish all of that out. At some point in the near future, I'll take care of that. But yesterday's stream was basically trader runs and finishing out all the concrete that you see over here. It was starting to look really nice with the concrete on the ground now instead of that ugly old dirt and grass, the weeds. I'll get my paintbrush and go ahead and throw some blue on here real quick. But today is sort of an episode to set us up for the remainder of the week, leading into next weekend. Kind of figure out what it is that we want to do and how we want to do it. But the next main task is going to be building the mini bike entrance. I'm kind of tired of having to build my way up now. I've taken my old entrance away, so we no longer can just pull up in here, go down the hole, and come up inside. I have to build my way up with frames. So we need to get this done. I have a good idea of how I want to do the entrance itself, but we're also going to build a new building right here. And, you know, instead of doing generators up here like we talked about on stream this past weekend, I think I will put the engines, the generators, over here in this building. And maybe we can line them up perfectly with the hallways. The one question would be, though, if I do that, how am I going to power that and how am I going to power that? Because I was going to build a building right up here on top. Not a big building, but just some type of a room, and put the generators and drop the wires down the wall to a light right here or right here and here. Do it that way. And have matching lights on each column. And then those lights, say this light here can power that light there, and same with this side. But I still have to figure out how I want to do that. Maybe that's how we go with it anyway, since I need to build a building that goes up there. My solution was a concrete pillar right there with a ladder. And you all said, no, that's not good enough for the Grand Spartan. You need to have a spiral staircase. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But easy solution would be, and either way I do it, I think I'm going to have to take this block that I'm currently on and make that into steel. That way I can attach the rest of the ceiling to it. I don't know how it's going to work when I start building a structure on top of this area. So we might have to do away with at least one layer of glass right here. You know what I mean? Do away with this one layer and just have a couple layers on the outside of glass looking up and do the rest of it. Now, another question with that would be how I'm going to hide the wires that go down. Let's build our way up here and look at it real quick. How am I going to build the wires going down from this room to get down to the hallway and still be hidden? It would almost need to be like a flat block here, a flat block here. Maybe make some supports out here. You know, flat block, right over the supporting columns. And then in the center, like I said as well, having a steel there. And that would leave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to the center steel block for support. We'd actually have to build it up one more too, wouldn't we? We'd have to do this number right here. Or I could just take these out, put the flat block in there, I guess, so we could still be level flush with the floor there. But I have to think about that. I might actually have to run off a few moments of the day in here, looking at it, kind of placing some frames down, and maybe we do it together, but I don't want to waste too much time on that. We wasted about 15 or 20 minutes looking at this yesterday and trying to figure out how we're going to do it to get a catwalk that matches up with that. But it would be nice if I had a building here. And like I said, the simple solution is just a ladder that goes all the way up in the building here. And out of the building, we have a door just like we have over there. And we walk out of the door onto that catwalk. Boom, we're done. But if I want to get fancy with it with a spiral staircase, then we really have to kind of plan and figure out how that's going to be possible. And if it would even work. I'm limited on space. You know, this room is what it is, and it cannot change because of the way the hallways work. It cannot get any larger. We cannot make this room any larger. And the room up top, it has to be, it's limited to this size right here. This is the limitations of our room. Now, on the corners, I could take these corner blocks out. I don't want to do that if I can help it. Put a flat block there. Now, those are going to be our supports. Now, not up here, but take that block out and take that block out and replace it with these flat blocks. And once we paint those blue, I think it's going to look okay. It's not going to stick out, but that would have to be, we'd have to do that all the way around. And center column here with that glass block being steel. That would be the only way I could see how to do a room up here and fully support it so that once I start building up to that level, it does not cave in. Now, the room itself also does not have to necessarily enclose this area. We could probably just have columns that go up here like this. You know, something like what you see over there, but to a lesser degree. Maybe 100 pillars or something, but something to hold the room up. And we could make I guess we could do a glassed-in area going around all the way up top. But that's a project for another day, folks. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, how it's even gonna be possible to get that done. But well, we have just a couple minutes left here on the episode for today. Today's, like I said, it's gonna be a very short episode. Oh boy. Well, we might as well jump down. Take this thing head on here. See if we can gather them together so I don't waste any. Oh boy, bad shot. Oh, spider. There's a big guy. There we go. We got them huddled together now. Jumping for joy. Oh! He had tuna. The big guy had tuna. And he's doing a bridge. That's kind of weird looking. This guy's just flattened out like a pancake. All right. Well, took care of that. The screamers have been coming from this direction because the new forge room being over there. Another thing we have to do is we need to continue going around to traders. We may have to scrap some things or make some electronic components and parts if we don't have enough. But I'm going to need a ton of spotlights. I don't know a number. I've not gone around and counted it out because we just got through doing the concrete work out here. But I want enough spotlights on the outside part of the base going around the perimeter, maybe even in the center. And I have a cool idea of something I can do in the center here for spotlight. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be too much light. But I do have an idea of something I want to do in the center slots. Because we have one here. And once I take down the grass and all over there, we'll have one there. The same size. Then if you look over here, same thing. Duplicate over here. Empty space. And empty space over there. We just have to find the center point from pillar to pillar. And I have a cool idea. Something I want to do with lighting in there. But it'd be nice now if I could get a good idea of how I want to do this. And we messed around on the stream series with the wedge tips. Let's make about 50 of those. And or are they these? See, now I don't remember. Maybe it was the wedge incline. Maybe that's what it is. And then the wedge tips. We need about 50 of those as well. Let me put my money away in my Minibike. Oh, we don't have a place to put the money. That's a good problem to have, though, right? Put our tuna away. I guess I can take that little can of gas out. Stick it in there. Nice. Well, we don't need to make any more concrete for a while. That's a ton of cash for the little things that we buy here and there. We're set up for that for at least the next week or two in game. I think the trader respawns on 112, same as the horde. So we'll have a horde tomorrow. Don't know if it'll be tomorrow's episode, but we'll definitely have one here the next day or two. And we'll have to go back over to the defense. Boy, it's kind of holding me up there, too, having that horde coming in. So I need to build myself a building here. Now, let me think about it. We're going to need to go get our 100 pillar rebar. Let's go grab that. That's going to be our support for the building we're about to take care of. Now, one thing different, and I have to keep in mind, because I like the odd numbers, is this building's going to have to be an even number. But the reason I'm going to do it the way I am going to do it is that you will not be able to tell it's an even number. In other words, it won't clash with all of our odd numbers here throughout the base, like the 3 wide here and the 3 and the 5s and the 7s and 11s. You won't be able to tell it because of direction, the direction it's coming from. So, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. The building itself needs to be, well, it's going to attach to that. So I guess we could extend the hallway down one more. We could extend the hallway down one more. So I just need these type of blocks, a little bit more glass, and we'll start the building right here. So it needs to be 1. So we have 1 here. Then this is drawbridge width, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 here. How about we do 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. And that'll give us a little room to play around with in case we do decide to put a generator over here. Think about it, though, and I'm looking at that other room and how we're going to provide power. I don't know if that would be a wise thing to do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the room could be 8 wide and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7 long. We can stick with the, or not 7 long, but 7 long one direction. Guess it wouldn't technically have to be that big. That's kind of big, but so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So the size of the room up above, I'm just kind of getting an idea, a feel for this and how large it will be. Oops. Something like this. Let's see. Let me count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So 13 long. That feels like a good number. I was born on for 13, Friday 13th. And a pillar here. A pillar here. Here. That would give us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How could I do the support pillars? Maybe we get away from being centered up with that and we split it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we do a pillar there. Oh, well, let me put the right block there so I know why I did that that way. And that's halfway, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And then we do one there. Okay. Let me pick this up. This is not meant to be here. But that's not right with that. What did I do here? What, Draco, what are you doing, man? See, Draco's back here bothering me behind. He's whispering things about Christine behind me. And he's distracted me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, boy. Really? Really, zombies? Really? I got Draco back here. I got zombies coming in at me, and I'm just trying to count. I'm trying to do math. It's hard enough for Grand Spartan to do math. And having to deal with this. I tell you what. Make me shoot myself. Oh, how did that go through them? How did I miss 4 zombies right in front of me? Lady, please. Please, with your one arm. Oh, she's just gonna run a circle. All right. Oh, I can't even jump up there, little man. It doesn't have jumps. Doesn't have ups like that. Well, we at least need to make it even both ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to put me at an even number if you include the 1 in the middle, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No. 5, 6, 7. All right, so that's where it would have to go. So now we can find the center of those blocks. We'll just change up the style of how we're going to do pillars because this is a different type of room anyway. So the pillar, technically, if we had 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, would need to be right here. Right? And that puts a center of those pillars over there. Is it offset? I think it's offset a little bit. That's all right, though. And that's all right. Well, that's all right, mama. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? You following me here? We can even put an extra one right there. But that might be overkill. Because I also want to put one on each corner. You know what I'm saying? I want to put one on each corner. I think it looked kind of goofy if I did not have a support there. There. And I always go overkill on supports, folks, because, you know, that wandering horde comes up and I'm somewhere up above and they start beating on it. It only takes a moment for one of these supports to go away. And I don't want my mini bike entrance collapsing. It's going to be a lot of bulletproof glass in here. A lot of bulletproof glass in here. We don't want to lose those resources, so we want to make sure we have extra supports. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to have to duel up on this to make it centered. You follow what I'm saying? Either that, or we just have to put a support. Because the width is an even number. And the reason we're doing this is because I'm going to have a drawbridge attached over here and a drawbridge attached over there. We could shrink this room down just a tad. This is a pretty big room. But why not go big, though? Why not go big? We have plenty of resources. I don't know why we wouldn't. So I could go support pillar. And I need your advice, folks. You know, your thoughts on this as I'm planning it out kind of out loud so you all can hear me. And then one. Come on, get in the right spot. Get in the right spot. We're running short on time here. One there and one there. So that's our support system, folks. There, 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 there. Okay, so we do it a little differently than we did before. Now imagine none of this rebar is on the ground. The rebar that you see on the ground will be right here, attached to this. We'll finish out the hallway. I left that open just in case. But we'll finish out the hallway and attach it to the room right here. Then there's a ramp going up right there with a drawbridge, boom, and one on the other side. That way we can come in and go out. We don't have to turn around. I could also do what I did on the stream series and just put a hole right here. So we always come in this way and just jump off that way. You know what I mean? We don't have to worry about drawbridges up and down. That might be what I do. Instead of dual drawbridges, we just might make a little hole. If that's the case, I could probably cut down on the size of this room by a block or two. Not much. Not much. Let's see. We went 1, 2 blocks beyond that. And we went 3 beyond. Let's see. 1, 2 beyond that pillar. We're lined up here. So 1, 2. Lined up with this pillar. 1, 2. So that's all even and looking good. That's probably how we'll do it, folks. That's the sound of 4 a.m. We'll start digging it out. We'll make it flush with over here, of course. And we'll do something like... just get these in place now so we know what we have when we come back on tomorrow's episode. We can just knock it out. I hear a screamer, but I don't see her. I do not see her. Without this all being concrete, it's hard to tell depth, but I'm going to guess that it's the same right here. It's just 2. I hope she didn't see me. She was walking right at me. Did you see that? I hope she didn't see me. I don't know how she didn't see me. She needs glasses if she didn't see me. She needs something. Contacts. All right. There. There. And this will all make a lot more sense, too, when I get this dirt shaved off and like this. See what I mean? And we'll go all the way down with this. We'll go all the way down to there. On the far pillar way over there. We'll concrete this whole area. Then it'll all be flush. It'll all be flush. Probably not a good idea to make a hole there before the horde comes. But maybe in tomorrow's episode, though, we can get most of this finished up. And there. This probably doesn't look right to you, what I'm doing, but I assure you whenever I pick these rebar frames up now, and we could pick them up right now. We could pick these up right now. And we dig this all out and get it flush and even, it'll look a lot better. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call it right there. When we pick this up tomorrow, we're going to try to get this structure at least built and figure out how I want to do the ramp. I think I most commonly come in from that direction. So if we only do one ramp, there's only one that we have to get off and close up. And I can do the door or the opening on this end to just drive out every time. So we drive in, drive out. That may be the easiest and best way to do it. I think it'll look pretty good too. I'll come up with some cool design for the opening. But here's the beginning of the entrance of our base. Hopefully get the bigger part of the structure finished up tomorrow. And, then we'll take on the horde the next episode. We'll stop this tomorrow's episode right before the horde, and then we'll make that its own episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your support, hanging out here with me again today. You have yourselves a good day, good evening, wherever you may be located. I will see you all tomorrow.